What's up, guys? How's everyone doing today? This is Johnny. It is Friday, March 27th at 2 p.m. This is our second live stream of the day. I went live earlier with Gary over at 3D Boxing. We streamed both on my channel and his channel. Had a blast, as always. If you guys aren't following 3D, go do that now. There's not many of us out there who do what Gary and I do. And I think because of that, that's why our communities are growing and we're creating sort of like a powerhouse with together like-minded, well-rounded, knowledgeable boxing fans who consistently know how to bet on boxing and win. That is the most important bit. This is our UFC weekly show. This is going to be the MMA show where we're going to go over the Israel Adesanya and Joe Pyfer card. I'm going to be joined by Nick from Breaking Bad Boxing. He'll be on shortly. I want to let everybody know, if you haven't already joined our Johnny Says Boxing VIP Discord, that link is pinned right there. We got some new members, just boxing fan, latest member. And you can either join on YouTube or through Patreon. It's a couple bucks a month, whichever way you do it. Get in there. We've just approached 450 JSB insiders. Guys, also, before I bring Nick on, I see him in the waiting room. What's up, Nick? I just posted our 6th ticket. So the JSB insiders have 6 tickets. I'm going to try to get to 2 more at least. Definitely 1 more. Nick and I are going to put together at least 1 ticket here on the live. And then I'm still kind of torn on a safety net parlay. You guys have a mixed long parlay. I just posted my prop of the week just 10 minutes ago. There's a UFC dog, there's a boxing dog, there's a method of victory, and there's a long shot. So check the Patreon, check YouTube members section only, and you'll find those tickets. And I'm going to pull up the odds right now for the MMA for UFC, and I'm going to bring on Breaking Bad. All right, so here's my man. What's up, buddy?
What's good, mate? How are you today?
Good, man. Dude, I can't believe you keep getting strikes from my channel. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me.
No, I mean, I think it's just a thing from the U.S. compared to Australia. I would have to assume it
Well, I
comes
go
down
live
to
with Gary. Gary doesn't get strikes.
I mean, his channel has completely different names. Like, for example, if you go and look at his only says live stream with Johnny Says Boxing. Like, his doesn't have the whole pro better props spiel, the whole thing that says like this is gambling. We're talking about gambling, right?
Yeah,
So,
it does.
Look
What are you
at
talking about?
one second here. When you go to Gary's page, because I'm on my phone, but I'm using my backup phone. Watch this. Because when I watched Gary's streams today, look at his stream with you, his title, Thursday's Locks with Johnny Says. That could mean that could mean bike locks. That could mean the locks you put in a sock to beat someone's ass with it, you know?
Why don't you change your title?
I just honestly, I mean, I'm not really active on YouTube or social media anyways, so it doesn't really matter to me.
Okay.
Like it really doesn't matter at the end of the day for me anyways. I like having my YouTube still up for when I want to comment or when I want to do a live stream with someone else.
Okay.
Maybe eventually I'll get back into the prediction game, man, but I'm not going to lie. I'm liking my life so much better when I have free time to tape and not have to worry for an extra 4 extra hours to break down a video and film it. So.
Oh, come on, mate. Life is play. If it's stressing you, don't do it.
No, I love the box. That's what I'm saying. I love the boxing tape aspect of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, it just gives me more time to do more. This is the one thing that I've noticed. I can do more film. Like I can do way more film when it comes to this. So that's kind of like a little bit of my reason for inactivity. Still active in the Discord. So I'm still active, still giving out my thoughts, still giving out my plays. Just haven't really been active on the social media aspect of it.
Good,
but
man. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the legality of. It doesn't make sense
I literally just think it has to do with
the title.
It has to do with. I think it has to be a geographical thing. Has to be
okay.
Only in the U.S. I feel like, because I feel like in Australia they're clearly not marking you for anything. So,
did you hear about do you know who Greg Hackett is?
Yeah, coach for Jesse Hart, one of Jesse Hart's coach.
Yeah, did you hear about his YouTube was they banned it? Did you hear why?
No, I did not.
He recently just got it back, but so he does live streams and he gives out the link, right? So just as you had the link and you jumped on, the night before he did this sort of hot take on the Keyshawn Davis Abdullah Mason situation where Keyshawn was pressing Abdullah. Guys, we'll get into the UFC in a second. Nick and I are just catching up. And so Greg Hackett gives his 2 cents, and he was really kind of shading Keyshawn. During the call-in, he uses StreamYard like this. He gives the link in the comment section, which is crazy. And the guy who popped in on his live stream had porno playing. Like he set him up like that, and then he lost the channel, and then he posted about it on Instagram. He eventually got it back 2 days ago, but dude, to post the link in the comments sections, that's like going to a whorehouse and not wrapping up.
That's that's a crazy analogy. I've never heard that before, but I think I like that. That's funny as shit. But oh man, that's so funny.
So so brothels are legal here in Australia, which is when I moved here. That was the craziest shit. I was like, what? I was like, dude, it's like that's a whole nother. Yeah, they're legal.
You gotta go to like fucking Huntsville, Texas, and shit like that if you wanna get some play like that.
That's so specific. Huntsville, Texas.
Shout out to the Sam Houston State Bearcats, baby.
The big fella, Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State, formerly Division I AA. They used to play against Youngstown State, my hometown uni, in the 90s.
My older brother Jonathan played his college ball there. That's where he
plays.
Shit. Yeah.
Oh, was he what sport?
He played tight end. He was a football player.
Okay, what era are we talking? What year?
2000. He played with Rhett Bomar, who was the quarterback. So like 2006, 2004 to like 2006. Oddly enough, I could actually read it. Someone's asked if I taped Kevin Lee Cedejo's opponent. I haven't, to be completely honest with you. Kevin Lee Cedejo, though, I like his forward pressure style. I like his low crouching explosion. Not a horrible gas tank as we saw against Pacheco, but yeah, Kevin Lee's solid. But I didn't tape his opponent, to be honest with you.
Hold on. No, we're taking MMA questions, mate.
I didn't want to leave someone hanging. I feel like a hater.
Hell no. The boys have to know. The boys have to be good. They know this is the UFC show.
One thing is though, we have to, before we wrap up the UFC, stay for the PFL. Stay for the PFL.
My boy's fighting.
That's a fight I wanted to talk about, in fact.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he's gonna win.
I'm fading your boy.
Yeah.
100% fading your boy. Yeah. Impika Sanganai has good anti-wrestling against, respectfully, your boy Dalton Rasta. Not a huge fan of his cardio.
Yeah.
He's a cage pusher. Not a huge fan of his cardio.
Yeah. His style is not fun to watch.
He's pretty good at cutting off the cage. That's a good attribute that he has. He's good at cutting off the cage.
He was a great football player in high school. That's like growing up, everybody thought Dalton was going to play college football.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like a football player. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he was built like that when he was 14, just to let everybody says he's on the gear. I'm like, dude, some guys are just built like that. Dalton's been built like that since I've known him.
He doesn't have I mean, you know me, I'm a proponent that I think everybody's on the gear. You know, that's my thoughts. I think everybody's on the gear. Like, I'm more surprised when fighters are natural than they are sauced up, to be completely honest with you. And I'm okay with that. I am all for juice sport. Give us a juice sport.
Same.
If the thing is, as long as everybody knows what playing field that they're on is the biggest thing. It's the biggest thing. If you're on a level playing field and you sign a contract knowing I'm getting punched and kicked in the head against another juice head, but I can also juice myself.
Yeah,
fair game.
Let's go.
Game,
yeah,
right.
I agree.
Like that's my overall thought on it. Let's just have an even playing field on it, because we all know you guys are juicing behind the scenes. It's slowly but surely coming out. But I'm sorry about my shitty angles. I get my new computer by next week, by the way. This is
at least we don't see the ghost today. We saw the ghost last week.
Dog, I made sure that my light angles and everything
Bro, that shit was crazy.
Legitimately, one of my
The chat
homies.
saw it. I saw it. You saw it. You were like, what the fuck? You were freaking yourself out.
Because I believe, like I said, I believe in
You
shit
believe
like
it
that.
goes. You believe it
Like
goes.
the stuff that you can't explain, you can't touch, you can't physically grapple, and choke out. That's the shit
Yeah.
I'm terrified of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Spirits.
I understand. I see Francis Ngannou walking down a hallway. He will knock my head off. I understand that. There's no need to fear that. I can just walk away or run away from that fight, right? A spirit or a ghost, what the fuck am I going to do with that?
You just got to. I used to have. So I swear we had the house I grew up in was 100% haunted, man. And so the family who lived there before us, my parents didn't find out from the realtor until after the 14-year-old took his own life. The family that lived there after, right? And so the second level of the house where my bedroom was, it was one of these old colonial style houses where the attics, there wasn't one attic, the attic was inside the walls. So I could climb through my bedroom, get through my parents' room, go all through the inside inner part of the upstairs, and you'd always hear like knocking in there, noises in there, and I would get woken up like paralyzed. I'd be like 16, dude, and I'd hear that shit, and I'd have to pull the sheets over my head, and I would just be frozen, like.
So
Dude.
let me tell you why I'm having such a weird reaction right now, bro. So we've talked about it, and I don't really mind talking about it. So my older brother committed suicide, and
Okay.
you
Sorry,
use the
it's
term.
tough.
So you use the term. This is the craziest thing that's actually tripping me out. You use the term suicide, or killed himself right when the
took his own
live
life.
took his own life. Yes, I'm sorry if I flagged you. My apologies.
No,
Right when your live went 11:03, which is my brother's birthday, which just like to me it just like tripped me out, right? Just like, okay. But let me tell you, when he passed away, for months on end, this is not an exaggeration, I would wake up and he would be in the corners of my room. It is like, it's literally, bro, it makes my hair stand up because
I got goosebumps hearing that.
Man, it gives me a reaction every single time, man. I'm telling you.
There's definitely something.
This is why I'm telling you. And then when my grandma passed away, I had more of a lovely experience of something like that happen. So if you're one of those people that don't believe in the paranormal, I understand. But nah, champ, nah.
You're a big paranormal guy,
bro. It's like literally that's why my hairs are standing up when that story happened and the time that it hit. I was like, nah, bro, come on. If you don't believe that shit, I don't want to hear it, champ. I don't want to hear it.
Shout out, man.
Not even trying to get too deep or too heavy, man. I'm excited for both PFL and the UFC. There's a lot of great lines.
Do you see this line right here? This is from Manny. Manny wanted to ask you about this.
Which fight are we looking at here?
Are you able to see the screen? Yeah, Hooper versus Gibson.
Chase Hooper. Yeah, I also have the lines pulled up on my burner phone too as well.
All right, let's talk about it.
So let's pull up here. 1 second here.
Because I can't get a read with Chase Hooper, mate. You know what I mean? I don't like betting on him.
I think this fight's pretty binary, quite frankly, here for you. But there's a line that's more sneaky than others. And by the way, I just have to eat the piper. I have to eat the piper. That Charles Campbell or that Curtis Campbell submission call last week. Holy shit.
Yeah, he got starched.
He took the back with not much conviction in the first round, gassed out, and then got smoked. Yeah. I also thought Lerone Murphy also got robbed.
So do I.
Like I thought Lerone Murphy won that fight pretty clear as day.
So did I. 1, 2, and 3 point deduction. You're going to tell me you gave Evelev the third round because the last 20 seconds? Get the hell out of here. Lerone controlled the entire
How does
control the entire third round?
How does one shot dethrone 4 minutes and 50 seconds?
Absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Leg kicks? What about the leg kicks that Lerone Murphy that were causing Evelev to buckle?
Yeah, dude, he lost that fight. And the point deduction,
kicks up the middle, kicks up the middle, keeping him at range, controlling the management of the real estate. Oh, he's fighting on the back foot. He's fighting on the back foot and popping up Evelev. Everything Evelev's throwing is explosive and missing.
Yeah,
Evelev,
I thought man. Yeah. So I have it in front of me. we were spot on with who did Nathaniel Wood win?
Great job, by the way, swaying me for Mason Jones.
Yeah, Mason Jones, CLD.
Nate Wood.
Yeah, Nathan Wood. We did our MVP one. So overall, we there were a lot of good reads.
Man, so Lance Gibson Jr. You have
Yeah.
Lance Gibson Jr., who's explosive. He used to train out of the Fight Ready camp, and the Fight Ready camp's kind of dismantled and disbanded. I think he's like half training out of the Vegas. Lance Gibson Jr., man, he's really a wrestler kind of style first. I don't know. I didn't understand when he signed to the UFC, to be honest with
Is
you.
he
If
a
you know,
PFL guy?
he was been a PFL. He's been a PFL long steady. Was he a
Yeah.
Bellator long steady too? I feel like Gibson competed. No, he was a PFL long steady. He was a PFL long steady specifically. But Lance Gibson Jr., man, explosive athleticism, more of a wrestler, not great striking, very decent leg kicks is the biggest thing about him when it comes to his striking. But quite frankly, man, this fight's binary. It's going to find its way to the ground because Lance Gibson's style of fighting is going to be initiating the grappling, initiating the clinch, initiating the motions to where Chase Hooper, who actually has decent judo trips, as well as his wrestling seems to be slightly leveling up. Excuse me. The move up to 155 pounds has been great for Chase Hooper. Quite frankly, here, everybody's going to be on Chase Hooper submission, which is the most likely path to victory at plus 165. But come on, man. Come on. You're telling me I'm not going to take Chase Hooper back mount TKO plus 500?
You're a savage, dude.
Stop it. Stop
you
it.
Think, is that the move?
That's the move for me. I like, and you guys know me. You guys, at this point, you know me.
You're a cowboy. You got a gun on your hip. You got one on your back.
I'm a gunslinger because in the end of the day, when you're live betting, which is mostly probably, I would say 30% of what my bankroll, 40% of what my bankroll is built up of is live betting. I just want to be very clear about that. Yeah. But being a gunslinger, I'm a gunslinger pre-fight, always have been, always will be, because in my opinion, when you're looking for value, it's going to pay off more times than it's not going to pay off. And I think the value is in Chase Hooper by a knockout in this case here. I can see a submission to where Lance Gibson is a competent grappler. He's a competent, he's not going to stick his neck in something too crazy too as well. He can scramble, he can move and use that athleticism. Chase Hooper's best route to victory in this case is to flatten him out, take his back mount TKO, especially if he doesn't get the choke. Best thing I love about Chase Hooper is Chase Hooper will run through the gears of ground and pound before he will get the submission. And if the submission's not working, he will jump back to the ground and pound.
Yeah, he softens you up.
Love him. Give me Chase Hooper by knockout plus 500.
Is there any chance Lance Gibson baits Chase Hooper into Chase Hooper's Achilles heel and keeps him on the feet and Chase Hooper gets stopped, or no?
Lance Gibson's not competent enough on the feet to stop Chase Hooper.
So Chase might have the better striking on the feet.
I wouldn't say necessarily. I would say it's probably even money on the feet. Chase Hooper is definitely going to have the long reach advantage. Lance Gibson will have the leg kick advantage. He could probably kick his leg off. But outside of that, man, Lance Gibson's not like an awe-inspiring fighter. Never really has been.
And Hooper's coming off that knockout loss, right?
Who was Chase Hooper's last fight?
Wasn't it King Green? Was it when he got stuck? I haven't seen Chase. Was it
Hernandez? It was Hernandez, Alexander
Hernandez.
Because Gibson lost to King Green in his last one. Really got cleared by him in all 3 rounds. He had some moments again, but very few in between, quite frankly here. And Lance Gibson's not cracking like that, man. Okay. Lance Gibson's really not cracking like that. So,
but you think Chase Hooper all in all is a safe bet?
I think Chase Hooper is a safe bet. I wouldn't touch his money line at minus 290. For me, it's a slight sprinkle, like a 0.2 unit on Chase Hooper by knockout. Keep it at that.
Okay. Let's see what the chat's asking. Any other? Okay, so since they're listening to what you're saying. How about you? What fight do you want to hear? What other fight?
I want to talk about Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tafik Musayev. Okay,
I'll bring it up.
God, there are so many to fight. Dude, we can talk about every fucking fight on this card.
We did last week. We did
this
last
is what
week.
This is what blows. Okay.
We did 8 fights. We did 8 fights last week.
Should we talk about the one fight the only fight we talked about pre-flop?
Go for it, bro. I'm just keeping notes, and I'm gonna text everybody the stuff who didn't catch the live.
So we talked about Yanez and Ricky Simone.
Yes.
So, and I know essentially the question you asked me was like, do you think Yanez keeps it on the feet? Man, I went back and rewatched Lope Dog versus Ricky Simone, and I went back and rewatched Ricky Simone. Why am I having a mind block right now? But Loke Dog was a big thing for me too as well. And Ricky Simone versus, let me pull it up, y'all. Point of what I'm making is Ricky Simone's really not wrestling like that anymore. His control game is not the same as it once was.
He's
Yes, he
getting
has
up there
good.
now too.
Dude, he is getting up there, and his third round cardio has not been impressive. His third round cardio versus Loke Dog, Vinicius, looked absolutely god awful. I'm sorry, guys. Let me pull up the actual fight itself. When you watch so many fights, everything always blends. Barcelos. His
Yeah.
third round against Barcelos looked absolute dog shit. His
Dude,
control
Hani
looked
Barcelos
horrendous.
lost me so much money on that fight, by the way.
The thing is, too, is I know we talked about this. Downloaded data Yanez did when he fought Cam Sutherland. He was in the corner for Cam Smotherman. That's going to be something that I think is important. When it comes to Yanez, man, he has good MMA boxing, really good MMA boxing, pretty decent boxing just in general, to be completely honest with you. He incorporates his own kicks slightly but surely. In his last game, he kind of slowly ramped up the kicks. We know he's going to have great cardio. We know he's going to have great get-up game. That's the one thing about Yanez that I love is his get-up game. He's always popping and moving. That's what I like about Yanez. He pops, angles off. Pop, 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 angles off. Pops, rips the body, angles off. He'll stand in the pocket when he needs to, but I think he's smart enough in this game plan to where he knows he needs to pop and move, pop and move. And Ricky Simone, I realistically think he's either 3 failed takedowns or 3 takedowns and Yanez getting up away from being gassed out. I love Yanez in the spot at plus money, man.
Yeah, I got him at plus money. So Adrian Yanez, I gave him to the boys as my UFC dog of the week 3 days ago. He was plus 115, I think. Let's see what he is now.
He's plus 124 for me.
Wow. So money's coming in on Rick.
Yeah, I mean, Yanez, man. Yanez is...
He's one of my favorite boxers. He has great boxing. He has great balance. He understands range and distance. He has good hips. He can defend the takedown.
Sorry about my allergies, by the way,
it's all good
as well. I'm like literally dying over
here. I think Ricky, I interviewed Ricky right before his first fight in the UFC on my older podcast. It was 2016, 2017. And, I've always cheered for him. At best, he's a bullet, like grappler, wrestler. And he wants to stand and trade with you, though. Doesn't have the highest of all fight IQs, and you can fight his ego. So hopefully, I have Yanez at plus money on the money line. But if you're saying he could defend those takedowns and the fight turns into a counter boxing, Adrian could stop him.
I agree. I think too as well, the cardio that we've seen with Ricky Simone as of late in his later rounds, I think there's a strong possibility that, I don't want to say strong possibility, but there is a decent upside that Adrian Yanez could get the stoppage. What's Adrian Yanez by TKO?
Plus 350.
Plus 320 on my book, a little bit better. I mean, I'll odd shop that, of course. So let's say an average of plus 350. It's a good number, but I don't necessarily love the number enough to want to go chase it, to say, for my personal self. So I like Yanez. I think his money line's plenty fine at plus 125 for me. I don't really have to chase too much further than that. So
same. All right, let's move on.
All right, so let's talk about Ignacio Bahamondes versus Tofik Musayev.
I'll pull it up right now.
So Tofik Musayev, someone that I am very familiar with from his Bellator days, his PFL days here. Tofik Musayev, really good Muay Thai, sharp strike, explosive, decent 3-round cardio too as well. He knows how to kick the leg. He knows how to paw. Really good hand fighting and really good pairing. You have someone like Ignacio Bahamondes, who's going to be the longer, sharper striker, but I don't think he has the cardio edge in this fight. I don't think he has a durability edge in this fight too as well. And as of late, maybe someone like Tofik hasn't been necessarily awe-inspiring, but I definitely think just all in all, this fight's going to come down to a strict Muay Thai stand-on-the-feet battle. Who's going to dictate range and who's going to manage their gas tank better? And I like Tofik Musayev in this case here, man. You're giving me... Yeah, you're giving me Tofik, who's someone that I was high on when it came to his Bellator run here specifically, man. At plus 240, I like Tofik Musayev. I believe he's Tajikistan, if I'm not mistaken, or he's Azerbaijan.
Yeah.
One of the two. I'm mixing them up. I'm sorry if I'm mixing them up, but again, it's the blending of all the fights, man. Yeah, I like Tofik here, man. I think this is a fight to where I think it's far more close than the odds suggest. I line it more so. Tofik probably should be around Adrian Yanez line, probably around the 1 plus 25, the plus 140. But you're giving me at plus 240. I have to take it, man. I have to stab it. half unit play for me. I love Tafik in this spot here, man.
Yeah, he's from Azerbaijan, former Ryzen champion, Ryzen Grand Prix champion, Bellator. Seems like he's been around forever, though. That age doesn't bother you, 36, 37 years old?
Nah, I think this because I don't think this is going to come down to a body, wrestling ferret scrambling match that's really going to burn him out. I think it's something that I really think Tufik Musayev, finally got his name right, y'all. My apologies. Could do a standing kickboxing match all day. He could fight for 25 minutes, in my personal opinion, standing and just kickboxing and trading. And this is what this fight's going to be for me, is a standing and trading kickboxing match. So
I mean, but to counter that though, Bahamondes, he stood with Ludovic Klein, who's a great kickboxer. He stood with Faziev, Rafael Faziev.
Ludovic Klein's a completely different kind of style of.
But he's a striker.
Kickboxer.
He's
a
you got Rafael
face.
Faziev. Rafael Faziev is a Tiger Muay Thai guy, and I mean, granted, Bahamondes lost both of those fights, but he was still young. Those were his only 2 L's. He beat Manny Torres, Jalen Turner, Christoph Giagos.
Manny Torres has about a 7 rounds of gas tank. Did you just bring up Giagos? Did you just bring up fucking Christios Giagos?
Get the
baby. Fuck out of here. There is no way.
Let's go.
He just brought up for an SOS. When I say SOS, guys, I mean strength of schedule, by the way. There is no way.
That head kick was crazy. That head kick was crazy.
That undeniably. But, dude, there is no way for strength of schedule. That's what he just brought up.
Those are his last 3 wins, mate. Those are his last 3 wins.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was like an SOS message.
No. This wasn't like a BJ Penn.
I think when this is going to come down to a fighter that's not going to. That's hilarious. Always love bringing up the BJ Penn angle. I think if it's going to come down to a fighter that's not going to try to. Essentially not going to try to make this a ferret fest with someone like Tafik Musayev. I like him. And another thing, too, when it comes down, again, back to style of betting, it comes down to back to style of betting, too, as well. If I personally line this fight in my head to where I think Tafik Musayev is really a plus 140, a plus 125, and you're going to jump on it. You're laying over an extra $1 on it for me. That's value by definition, how I look at it. I really think this is more of a 55-45 fight as compared to how the books are lining it to where they're realistically lining it a 65-35 kind of fight. So
okay, fair point. Good value play. All right, so we got moving forward. We've got Hooper. We both like Hooper. We both like Yanez. You're going with Musayev. I actually have Bahamondes on the money line. Let's move on.
Let's see here. I couldn't really get to an angle on Julian Erosa as a dog. I know a lot of people like him as a dog.
People are liking Juicy J there, but I don't see it either.
He just gets hit too much.
Yeah. He gets hit. Larry and Douglas, man, I think is gonna be way too much for him.
The thing is I can understand the submission angle for Julian Erosa. I can absolutely understand the submission angle. At plus 650, I can understand that angle for sure because it's where Douglas will struggle is on the ground game, and Julian Erosa has those triangle chokes that could bother someone like Illyrian Douglas with the triangle chokes. Michael Chiesa is a very interesting line versus a super washed Nico Price.
I know this isn't this isn't your pre-COVID Nico Price. Nico Price at one time was a guy I would win money betting on. He would go. Like
his fights with Luque, bro. His fights with Luque are some of my all-time favorite fights. People forget that UFC 249 card. I think Luque and Nico Price opened the card with like a fucking all-timer war, dog. Like
Nico being a 5-1 dog against Chiesa is insane to me. But I guess Nico's washed. You said Nico's washed.
I don't think it's that insane. I mean, I guess it's insane because Chiesa's not someone that you're like running.
You're not worried about you're not going to get hurt against Chiesa.
You're not running to the bleachers, you know what I'm saying, to fucking. You know what's funny though is Chiesa's never had a knockout in his career. You know that
you're not gonna get hurt.
Do you know that Chiesa has not had one knockout in his career?
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. And Nico
do you think there's a chance that Nico could be his swan song, walk off into the sunset, gets a knockout? Even if it's a ground and pound KO. You think that's a possibility?
I don't even know if Chiesa would even like that. Chiesa seems like the type, he's sold in his ways, wrestler, grappler, Pacific, loves the Pacific Northwest style. He probably wouldn't want a knockout. He probably want like a unanimous points decision. I mean, like, why would he? Why would he go? Why would he go against the grain, dude?
That's so. I don't know, bro. I don't know why. I just kind of want to sprinkle. Again, this is dog chasing.
Pull the gun out.
Chiesa has literally never had a knockout before. And Nico Price has been knocked out 6 times in his career. Jeez. 4 times very recently, brutally.
Okay.
Getting hurt. I don't know, bro. It just feels like I want to message Michael Chiesa on Instagram and be like, bro, here's the game plan, G.
Are you going to go for the knockout? 9-1. Plus 900.
Bro, it's wouldn't 9-1? The 9-1 isn't that plus 800?
No, so it's right now it's $10, so it'd be R plus 900.
Oh, it's 10. I can't see. You're okay, never mind. My bad. So yeah, it's plus 850 on my book. Shout out my boy Kiza. Man, I'm getting killed right now.
Yeah, allergies. It's crazy here too in Sydney.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I just think there's an angle there for Michael Chiesa knockout. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if I'm necessarily because in the end of the day, he's gonna go for the sub. Nico Price is gonna get finished. This is the thing. Nico Price is not going 3 rounds on short notice versus anybody. Nico Price is on short notice. They just pulled him into this fight like 10 fucking days ago.
Such an odd body type, too. Nico Price's body, he's like this. His shoulders are like...
His shoulders have pointers. It's weird,
dude.
It's
such a weird body type, dude. I liked when he had cornrows. I like cornrow top knot Nico Price when he would just be in slugfests. But once his chin got cracked, he was never the same. You know what line keeps pulling me? Is that I saw a stat. It was like 8 former UFC champions that are still on the roster, and all 8 have like 2+ fight losing streaks. It's really like they eat their own in the UFC. But is Alexa Grasso really that big of a dog against Macy Barber? You know what? I'm tempted here. Like, is Macy Barber's wrestling going to be that good to beat Alexa's boxing?
I just think Alexa has looked so uninspired in her last.
Know, dude.
Was it loopy? The loopy fight, she didn't look good.
She hasn't looked good since she lost her belt. She hasn't looked the same.
Dude, I apologize for the coughs, man. I am getting smoked right now. It wasn't loopy. It was Natalia Silva. Uninspiring performance, bro. Shevchenko, uninspiring performance.
Yeah, ever since she lost her belt. So you think she's just psychologically done?
Well, I mean, the first fight. What was it with the first fight? What was the weird shit with the first fight with Alexa
grabbed her
Grasso?
neck. She grabbed her neck. She choked out Valentina.
No. Because Alexa Grasso and Macy Barber. This is where I messed up. I didn't This is a fight. Just to be very clear, everybody. I didn't watch any tape highlights at all on this fight.
Okay.
But Alexa Grasso used to be my UFC crush, so I'm very familiar with Alexa Grasso. I just can't remember what happened in the first fight because I remember she beat Macy Barber a few years ago.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember this. This was after Macy Barber tore up her knee against Roxanne Modafferi, and the comeback fight was against Alexa Grasso. That's what it was. I don't think Macy Barber was confident in her knee yet. It just kind of feel like something like that. Like there wasn't any confidence behind her knees.
That was 5 years ago too. 2021.
Yeah.
Alexa won a UD.
I mean, just because I haven't taped it, I don't want to give like a fair read, to be honest with you. But I think
Alexa hasn't had a win in 3 years. It's insane.
Yeah, but you know what the one thing is though? To counterpoint that, she has a win against Grasso. You mean against Barber? Against Barber, I'm sorry. She's going into this fight against Barber with this confidence.
Barber hasn't lost in the UFC since 5 years. Her last loss was 5 years ago against Alexa. Talk about trends.
Trajectories.
Yeah.
Different trajectories.
Yeah,
man.
so I understand. You can see it. Damn, I didn't realize Barber's 10-2 in the UFC. Has she had a shot?
Barber has a great record, dude. She's 14-2. She wanted to be the youngest UFC champion before her
knee got
derailed.
She came in talking all that shit. She was
supposed to fight Erin Blanchfield, but she had that horrendous fucking weight cut. I remember specifically.
Yeah. That's right.
I just don't want to give anyone any false bullshit. Like, personally, I didn't tape this one good enough. I understand a sprinkle on Alexa Grasso at plus 154, though. I mean, Alexa
I'm not
Grasso,
taking.
is there any
I'm not
juice
taking. I'm not betting this fight. By the way,
I mean,
I
there's
was just
barely.
asking. I was just asking.
Yeah, I just don't have a read on it. I wish I did. I just don't, but I can understand the appeal of it. One
So
sec. Terrence McKinney, Kyle Nelson's hilarious. Terrence McKinney's talking about in his interviews. He's like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna take it slow. You guys are gonna see a different gear of me. You know,
yeah,
I'm not gonna be the same guy." That being said, guys, Terrence McKinney round 1 is plus 215.
I mean, if he's gonna get it done, does he ever not?
That's my point. You
Yeah.
take Terrence McKinney round 1 as a
Round one.
buzzsaw, or you
Yeah.
can outright just take Kyle Nelson's money line.
It's pretty much the same thing.
You literally can play a unit on each, and you could profit on this shit. You can legitimately profit on this shit, taking a unit on each. So, I mean, quite frankly here, man, Kyle Nelson money line plus 154, or you take Terrence McKinney round 1, period. Just round 1 plus 215.
Kyle Nelson's tough as nails, man.
He's tough as balls, dude.
He might be 68 years old, but the dude's a strong fighter.
Yeah, he also should have been fucking finished in round 1 versus Matt Frivola.
The steamroller.
Was it the Matt Frivola fight? I'm not tripping, right? It was the Matt Frivola fight that he should have been finished in round 1.
Is that how it went down?
What am I? Yeah. I'm not mixing up fights, right?
Like Frivola, he beat Frivola.
I know, but am I not?
Yeah,
I'm not
no, tripping. It was that fight. There
was a where Frivola almost had him finished. Am I
in the first round? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, all right, let me make sure you guys can check me in the comments to make sure I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
Was it he should have stopped Frivola in the first fight round? My brain is so melted.
No, Frivola should have stopped Nelson in the first round. The ref screwed it up, and then Frivola mentally never was able to snap out of it, and Nelson came back to win round 2 and 3.
Okay, so I do remember this fight correctly then. Boom.
Yeah.
My point is, he was stopped by Steve Garcia round 1 via strikes. He should have been stopped by Frivola in round 1, right?
Or is Kiza saying, did I get that wrong? I watched too many goddamn fights. Kiza's saying
Kiza watches more MMA, way more MMA than I do.
No, that's why Kiza's saying he should have stopped.
Kiza, computer gonna be at the crib in 3 days, by the way. We'll get back to tape studies in 3 days.
Okay, no, not here it is. So Kiza, he's right. Nelson KO'd Frivola round 1. Okay.
All right, so I am mixing up this fight. Point is, Nelson fight stopping in round 1. Good prop. Just saying, because Terrence McKinney's going to buzzsaw through this bad boy here. Either round 1 at plus 215, or Kyle Nelson plays that long game plus 145. And the question is, too, as well, that's honestly kind of stupid of me, too, as well. You realistically just take Kyle Nelson by double chance because Terrence McKinney's not going to be dragged out for 3 rounds. But even then, at that point, only 40 cents. Not crazy value, so.
Jesus, man. It's so risky betting on Terrence McKinney. You never
it's simple as that, in my opinion. If you bet on Terrence McKinney, you bet Terrence McKinney and you parlay him with under 1.5 round to be safe about yourself. And that's how you bet Terrence McKinney. It's about as safe as it gets for when it comes to Terrence McKinney.
I've never seen a UFC fight with odds. Will fight go the distance? No, $1.06. That's absolutely insane. All right, this is I don't currently have action on that fight either. So you like that prop, McKinney round 1?
I think if you're playing McKinney, that's the way to play it, in my opinion, is McKinney round 1.
Because if you don't like that, you like Nelson on the money line at plus money.
Yeah, plus 140. Okay. Realistically, though, the best thing is you don't even have to play it pre, because if McKinney comes out like the buzzsaw he is in round 1, there's a strong possibility that McKinney gasses himself out and then Nelson just runs through him and you get Nelson at a decent price, at least a few cents better. So just be ready to pull the quick trigger is all it is in the end of the day.
Are these UFC guys not like living in the gym, not living like this era of UFC fighter, mate? What the hell's going on? It seems to me like
there's some fighters that Terrence McKinney. So here's the funny thing. So I have a buddy named TJ. former colleague of mine named TJ that used to train in Spokane, Washington. Is it
Yep.
Spokane, Washington?
Yep.
So Terrence McKinney used to train under a dude named Pablo Alonso. And Pablo Alonso he always was just the best guy in the gym, beating up the best guys in the gym. Then I know he transferred to Fusion MMA or Fusion FC or something of that nature. Whoa, did I lose you? You still hear me?
Here. Yeah, yeah.
My screen completely blacked out.
Yeah, I see. You're good.
As long as I guess you guys can see me.
Bye, Nick. So, while Nick gets his tech sorted, here he is at the stage.
Okay, my bad. Okay,
We're all good.
So back to my point. Trained under at Spokane, Washington with Terrence McKinney under Pablo Alonso. Terrence McKinney, best guy in the room. You should just punk a bunch of amateurs. So he always just did us buzzsaw through people, and it carried over into his fighting style because how you train is how you fight.
Yeah.
That's the point I'm making. He transferred over to, I believe, Fusion XC over in Florida with the Phil Rowe guys, Lyoto Machida, those kind of guys. And I still know he kind of half trains with Pablo Alonso and those guys. So I think all of this kind of adds on to why he fights as a buzzsaw the way he does, because he buzzsaws through a bunch of people in the room. Super crazy athlete, crazy explosive athleticism, strong as shit from what I hear, like strong as a fucking ox. So all of these things combined, he can say all he wants in an interview. You're going to have to show me. You're going to have to show me, in the famous words of Terrence Crawford. Until we see him actually go 3 rounds, I can't believe that he's actually going to do it. So,
yeah. So we're almost more than halfway through the card. I'm looking at some of these odds, like Marcin Tybura. He's 41 years old now, dude.
I'm very familiar with Tyrell Fortune, former GCU, former GCU wrestler, Grand Canyon University wrestler. Used to train at Arizona Combat Sports, literally a mile and a half from my crib. Shout out my boy Marshall. Marshall, if you're watching, Marshall, he trains at Arizona Combat Sports. And again, there was never heavyweights when he trained at Arizona Combat Sports. Never any heavyweights. Now I think he's doing some cross training at different types of places. He may be training a little bit with Waldo Cortez. Crazy good wrestling background from Grand Canyon University. He has decent cardio, to be completely honest with you, but he has huge red flags, man. He got finished via heel hook versus Sergey, whatever the fuck his name was. I've seen him get clipped bad in Bellator, man. I forgot who he got clipped bad by and got knocked out. Tyrell Fortune, man, I have a personal pause against him taking this fight on short notice, and my lack of trust in Arizona Combat Sports. Just my lack of trust in the camp that I know that he comes from, and the fact that I really have always faded their fighters every time that I've seen them fight. With that being said, I think this is a really good matchup for him. I think Tyrell Fortune, quite frankly, here can put the gas brakes on someone like Marcin Tybura, who realistically gets taken down by a hard gust of wind. Marcin Tybura, if you get him off of one leg, he's going to go down, no doubt about it. And Tyrell Fortune, I think, has way better control than some of the guys that he's fought in before. I think Marcin Tybura's best days are behind him. He's not going to be fighting the great one-round gas bag that he beat Alexander Romanov, and where he's going to have that kind of comeback of fight. I think it's a really good style matchup for Tyrell Fortune. I think Tyrell Fortune can get the win in this fight. I think he can even get the finish in this fight. But I think he's also a great fade for the next fight. So that's kind of just why I wanted to preface all of what I said. In this case here, I like Tyrell Fortune. I actually think you're getting him at a decent price at -140. He's a good parlay piece. If you're a bigger unit better. I mean, 1.4 unit to win a unit, not a bad bet on Tyrell Fortune here. So,
nice. That's Gasville wanted to know, and shout out to Gasville 162.
Yeah, I know it sounded like I was kind of building up to take a Tybura stab, but I wasn't. Not at all. Yeah. This is not the spot. I think as much as I always like fading Arizona Combat Sports guys, I think this is a good spot for Tyrell Fortune. I can't believe I just love this card because I feel like this is one of the few cards that I'm like, damn, there's nobody I don't know. Down to Gabriela Fernandez, Casey O'Neill. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Top to bottom, I feel confident in every single, not confident in the betting side of it, but confident of how well I know each of these fighters.
Do you think King Casey gets back on the winning track here or no?
No, I don't think King Casey has looked good. She's also in between camps. Fight Ready's really a disband camp. She was at Fight Ready for a while.
Been hurt.
Injury. She's not a great aggressive grappler. You know, I think
She's like a front
or
runner.
like
She's at her
that's
best
a great. That is
when
a
she's bullying you.
perfect. No, you said it perfectly. A great front runner. I think you said it as perfectly as possible. I just think. I mean, outside, she doesn't have the chain wrestling to keep Gabriela Fernandez against the cage or to keep her down. And I think that's where her strength lies in the grappling in this fight. And I don't think she has the chain wrestling to get Gabriela Fernandez down like that. I think I'm not going to touch this fight whatsoever, but I think
I don't have action either.
I think Gabriela Fernandez would be the side, though, at even money. At even money, I think she is 100% the side. So,
okay, that's good to know because the boys were asking. You know what name has been going crazy in the Discord is Navajo Sterling. People are loving this guy. He's fighting Bruno Lopez. He's a massive favorite.
People are loving this guy at -600. Okay, sharp ass dudes. Bunch of sharp dudes over here.
Yeah, what is it about his? I mean, like people are talking about him as like
guys,
he's like.
I just want to be very clear. You calling a -600 who hasn't finished anybody in the UFC yet is not a sharp play, guys.
Yeah.
Let's be very clear here. Like, that sounded like some hater shit. I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody. I wasn't trying to sound like a hater.
It's all good. We love
it. I'm a hater of Navajo Sterling, so I think that's why that came out like that. Now that I'm thinking about it,
break it down though. Break it down. That's why I brought him up because I don't see it. I brought it up because in my MMA channel in our Discord, I'm seeing Navajo Sterling. I'm like, I don't see the hype. I mean, what are they saying that I'm not seeing it?
He doesn't. It's a speak in boxing terms. He has 0 gears. He lacks gears. I think he's a little bit tentative for someone that they hype up to be this great. You know, is he a city kickboxing guy, right? He a city kickboxing guy?
Yeah.
People love these city kickboxing guys, man, and I don't see it, man. I'll tell you guys right now. I'll give you guys a free pick right now. Carlos Oberg's going to get smoked after round 1. You take Jiri and fight to start round 2. Carlos Oberg's going to have a gas bag moment. He's going to get absolutely smoked. Shout out City Kickboxing. You have this dude took Ivan Erslan and Tukos to decision, guys. This guy took Tukos to decision. Ivan Erslan to decision. There's no point in hyping this guy up. His knockout prop is unplayable, -175. He should knock out Bruno Lopez. Let's just say this very clearly. He should knock out Bruno Lopez. But trusting a guy that took Tukos and Erslan to decision by -175, no chance. Taking his money line -160, I mean, I guess he should win this fight 9 out of 10 times. But unless he gets a buzzsaw finish, he's not going to cover that price. He should smoke Bruno Lopez. I want to be very clear about this, everybody. He should finish Bruno Lopez. But there has been nothing to prove that he is worth any of these numbers. Let's be very, 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 very clear about that.
Yeah, those odds are crazy to me. I'm glad we see the same. I don't think I'm betting this fight.
Please don't. Please don't add him in any. I mean, I want to be very clear here. He could come out and buzzsaw and look like a -3,000 favorite. Yeah. Or he could notice, damn, I'm in somewhat of a real fight after round 1, and then pick his way to a boring ass decision, and everyone's just pissed off, clenching their assholes for a -600 that he shouldn't have had in their parlay anyways. So,
any other fight you want to talk about before we talk about Adesanya? Belgori? How about the Belgori Malik fight?
Belgori, I really wish we got Belgori at a better round. He's long, good straight shots up the middle. I like his straight shots up the middle. I think Mansoor is a physical specimen freak. Absolute physical specimen freak. I think he's fought absolutely nobody. I don't know. A lot of people are on Belgori, and I see the angle on it. I just wish the price was better. Wish the price was better. And honestly, Belgori's not someone that really awe-inspired me in his Dana White Contender Series. Was it not his Dana White Contender Series performance? Let me find the fight that it was. There was one fight that really didn't awe-inspire me from him. It was the Marco Tulio fight, but that was years ago, and he's gotten so much better than that fight, man.
That was the contender
the way he handled Azamat in his last one. Yeah, I'm on Belgori, actually. I'm on Belgori. The fade for Mansoor Malik is right now, actually. So I'm not mad at Belgori's stab, to be honest with you. Has the huge size advantage. He showed that he had some decent amount of takedown defense against Bakamov or Azamat in his last one here. So I'm on Belgori.
Interesting, man.
Not with high confidence though, and I haven't. So let's go through everything that I'm actually going to bet before we get to the main event. We should do
All
that.
right. All right, let's
We
do
should
it.
do that so everyone is very clear about what I'm actually confident in. Full unit play on Adrian Yanez. That's a
Yep.
no-brainer in my personal opinion here. I love Yanez. Hate the shape of Ricky Simone as of late. I'm going to have a half unit stab on Tofik Musayev because I think him versus Boho Mendez is going to be a stand-up kickboxing fight, and I'm taking Tofik Musayev to win in a stand-up kickboxing fight. I'm going to play a 0.2 unit on Chase Hooper by knockout too as well, because I think Chase Hooper is going to get a back take, and I think at some point he can land some ground and pound, and I think it's going to be one of those things that I'm going to be more pissed that it didn't hit than it's going to be happy that it happened, if that makes sense. I'm going to be sitting there saying, you motherfucker, you should have got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be sitting there, he had the body triangle flat back, smashing
dog
down
and,
punches behind the ear, and then fucking Lance Gibson gives up the rear naked choke. And you're like,
then he's going to grab the, I know, dude. Fuck, dude. I've been burned too many times.
You know it's so specific when you've been betting on fights for long enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So when I hear you call that, I feel almost a little bit of PTSD from it always goes that way. You put the stoppage is in play, and then he does exactly what you're talking about, grabs it back, could keep random punches, but then grabs the neck, and it's like, motherfucker.
Even
dude.
Curtis Campbell got 2 back takes versus Silva, but his hips were high on one of them, and he didn't control the body.
Yeah, I couldn't believe
gassed after round one. Gassed.
He just looked. It could have been an adrenaline dump. It also could have been the UFC needs to stop fast tracking these kids. They already gave him his own shorts before. Like, come on, you're setting this kid up for failure. He's only 23. Go a little bit slower. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
100%.
Yeah. So
I'm not playing it straight, but I'll find a parlay I like with it too as well. I really like Tyrell Fortune. I think this is a good spot for him. I think style wise, this is a good spot for him. So everything else here we discussed on what I thought. So I'll run through my leans. I lean Gabriela Fernandez. Chase Hooper inside the distance, already said. I lean Terrence McKinney round 1. I lean Belgoria. Julian Erosa, Lerone Douglas don't really have a strong read either which way. I think there is some viability in the Julian Erosa submission side. I do think there is some viability in that. No strong lean either which way. Don't want to push anyone. Michael Chiesa knockout makes me laugh, but Michael Chiesa's probably no. I'm not. He's gonna choke out. That's gonna be one of those ones that you're sitting there just like that had no chance. He went straight for the sub. He instantly started grinding and grappling.
Yeah.
And I understand a dog stab on Alexa Grasso, but the trajectory makes me want to stay far away from it. So I want to be very clear with everybody. So to recap what I do have, like I said, one last time, and then I'll stop it. Tyrell Fortune, great parlay piece. Adrian Yanez money line, absolutely love that here. Chase Hooper, 0.2 unit sprinkle on him by a knockout, and I like a half unit on Tofik Musayev. Now we can talk about the main event after a little bit of foreplay and dick teasing, yo.
Yeah, let's do it. I think everybody's ready. Everybody should be moist.
You know, I'm pretty hyped about this one, man.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up.
Erosa gonna get smoked round 1. Kiza knows his MMA, bro. That's one thing I trust my guy Kiza, but
yeah, Kiza Erosa gets smoked round 1.
So I think with Joe Pfeiffer, I want to say I think Izzy can implement a very similar game plan to Jack Hermanson. A lot of stick and move, more so move than stick. And I know Joe Pfeiffer likes to make every book an excuse for his cardio, but I don't like Joe Pfeiffer's cardio. But the thing about Izzy, man, is Izzy did not look good in his Nasruddin Imavov fight. He looked, I guess, checked out in his Dricus du Plessis fight.
Like Izzy looked that way for a few years, man.
He looked like shit, bro. It is crazy when you think about it. Sean Strickland, he got ran through. Dricus du Plessis damn near was checked out. The Imavov fight, he looked horrible.
It's crazy. People are now questioning what it's so. MMA.
He was one of the best middleweight champions of all time.
MMA fandom is so fickle that Izzy has looked so subpar as of late. People now question, was he ever really that good? I'm like, what the fuck? Adesanya at his best was one of the best. But bro, It's kind of like you can all.
It's giving me the BJ Penn gut feel. Sadly,
You can
bro,
you can
because
only burn. You can only burn that hot for so long, though. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. I question.
people
Crazy enough,
forget how sick his run, dude. Listen to this run. Rob Wilkinson, who became a PFL fucking staple. Marvin
on the
Vettori,
gear.
who's a staple contender. Super geared up, by the way.
Yeah.
Brad Tavares, UFC staple. Derek Brunson, as we discussed, one of the greatest, if not the greatest gatekeeper of all time. Anderson Silva, one of the greatest strikers of all time, old or not. Robert Whitaker. It's Robert fucking Whitaker. No arguments there. Yoel Romero. Boring or not, still Yoel Romero. Paulo Costa, when everyone was hyping Paulo Costa to be the fucking guy, leg kick. His first loss when it came to the MMA scene was Jan Blachowicz, a weight class up. A weight class up. Then he came back, smoked Marvin Vettori again, Robert Whitaker again, killed Jared Cannonier, who was on this crazy hot run, gets knocked out, shout out Kiza, by one of the greatest combat sports athletes of all time, too, and Alex Pereira. Comes back and beats Alex Pereira, smokes him cold.
Crazy. That was crazy.
And then he has a loss once a year, sadly. Sean Strickland, Dricus Duplessis, and Mavov. Does the trend continue?
You got to ask, what are you fighting for? Does he still think he's going to be a champ? If not, Pfeiffer's going to run through him.
The question is now at this point, man, like, how much gas does he have in the tank?
That's what I mean.
How much gas does he have in the tank?
What is he, 35 now?
I don't think Joe Piper sub. I don't think Joe Piper's wrestling is dangerous enough to get it there. That's a big thing.
It's bullyish. His wrestling is just, he gets by off of being a good athlete, being really aggressive, and wanting to always go on the front foot. It's not technical.
I don't think it's good enough to get someone like, in the end of the day, man, Izzy's still a hell of an athlete, hell of a mover, has some crazy good hips still in the end of the day, man. I don't know if I don't know, man.
You like Izzy here?
Nah, I don't really. I honestly think Joe Pfeiffer probably knocks him out.
And then Izzy hangs him up?
Yeah, I could honestly, man, like this is the issue I have here. So I want to be very clear. There's no bet I'm getting to for this fight. This is a complete pass fight for me. And I need to be pretty strict this week with my units, to say the least. Because I don't want to reach with MMA. I hate reaching for these random fights and falling into the mix of wanting to bet on every fight. And this is not one, because I understand the boss Christos, Joe Piper by sub. I understand his angle, because that should be Joe Piper's path to victory. No, right?
Or on points. Yeah.
But I just think Izzy's movement's still good enough and his hips are still good enough to defend the takedowns. Now, does Izzy get nuked is what it comes down to. Dricus Duplessis is so awkward. Sean Strickland is a cardio bully that's going to walk you down. Joe Piper is not the combination cardio bully that Sean Strickland is. And then Mavov is such a mover and a cage cutter that it makes it really hard and difficult.
But Piper's strong, and he has that youthful energy, the strength there. He's going to be in his face. I've never been an Adesanya fan. I want to let everybody know. I was never a fan of him. I was, we all like fighters for various reasons. I should have been a fan because I like strikers. It's just, how people care. Look, is this that fight where he just gets stopped and just, why is he fighting? I question his motivations. One more main event. Is this at the Apex?
I'll just tell you right now. If
is this at the Apex?
Is it? I don't think so.
Is there going to be a crowd there?
I'm almost positive they wouldn't waste this main event in the Apex. They wouldn't disrespect Izzy like that.
That's what I'm saying. If that, I think they might be.
Nah, it's in Washington, Seattle, Washington.
Oh, it's in Seattle. Ricky Simone's hometown.
1 second, Seattle, Washington.
Well, he's from Tacoma. He's from like Tacoma. Well, he trained up there. Terrence McKinney, a little bit of a home show for him too.
Yeah, man. I wish it was an elevation so I could take Izzy, to be honest. If it was skill for skill, bro, I don't think skill for skill Piper's better than Izzy anywhere except for in the grappling. I just want to be very clear. For everybody that's taking Piper, I want to be very clear about that.
That is half the game, though, mate.
Like, No. It's more of a quarter of the game.
Quarter of the game.
It's a quarter of the game. Okay.
Okay,
I should say the
yeah.
pure jujitsu.
Okay.
Wrestling, I don't think Piper's good enough offensive. I don't think he's a great offensive wrestler, especially not for 5 rounds. His gas tank ain't built like that.
Is this 5 or 3? Is this? It should be 5.
It's a main event. It's a main event. It's a 5er.
Not all main events are 5. Sometimes you get those weird 3s. I thought this
in the UFC, unless it's short notice, it will always be a 5er. Always.
No.
Always. Name the last
Derek Lewis has fought many main events 3s.
Nope.
Maybe he was. Yes, Derek Lewis main event 3-rounder.
Nah, bruh. Now we're getting off topic. Squirrel brain, but 1 second here. I gotta prove this shit wrong. Now I gotta prove this shit wrong because this is gonna bother me, bruh. Look at this. Derek Lewis last main event. Towson Teixeira 5x5. The next main event against Rodrigo Massimento 5x5. Dalton Almeida 5x5.
Look, I know that main events in the UFC are always 5 rounds.
But you pulled the worst example ever. His last 4 main events have been 5x5s.
I could have swore maybe he was talking shit on a mic once and said, "I ain't doing no more main events unless it's 3." I swear that. Anyway,
I know. Now we're getting off topic. Point is, pound for pound, if it wasn't for this 3-fight win streak, there would be no question in my mind at plus money. We're smashing Izzy. Because I don't think Piper, outside of the pure jiu-jitsu, is better fucking than Izzy anywhere. I think Piper's, holy shit, Piper's a dog?
Yeah, Piper's the dog.
Yeah, this fight's unbettable. This fight's completely unbettable for me. I'm going to let you talk about it, Johnny, because that just killed me. I thought Izzy was going to be a dog. What?
Bobby Green versus Rafael Fiziev, main event, 3 rounds.
You what? How short notice was that fight?
Yeah.
How short notice?
It happened. I knew because it happened once. What? For me, the way my mind works, because I saw it happen once, it now makes me question. Hey, is this? You know what I mean? It's kind of like that.
There was a shitty middleweight fight recently too that happened in last year. Just so you know, it happens, but it's also like that short notice.
Okay, yeah, but that's why I asked. Piper's the dog at plus 121 here in Australia. Izzy being the favorite, you said that changes everything for you.
Wait a minute. Fiziev that wasn't even a main event. That was the prelim main event. That doesn't count. That was on the Cyril Gahn, Derek Lewis 5x5 main event card.
Which fight?
Fiziev Bobby Green.
UFC 265?
Yes.
Mine didn't say that.
Bro, look it. I'm on Tapology.
Based on the search, recent 3-round example. Historically, 3-round main events often occur on fight nights, such as Rafael Fiziev and Bobby Green. August 2021.
Bro.
Maybe Google got me fucked.
Anyway, They fucked you, dog.
100%. Dude, there's definitely. I've watched a 3-round main event. I think Sean Strickland fought in a 3-round main event before.
Maybe. We're getting on. That is so funny. I'm just laughing because now we're like, what is these events?
So now you're saying it's unbettable.
Yeah, to me, man, that just killed it for me. I thought Izzy was going to be plus money. I was slightly talking myself into an Izzy plus money angle, and now it minus 150. What the hell? I can't touch it.
Who? Okay, if you're not a betting man. You just love the sport. Who wins this fight?
Israel Adesanya.
Okay, you hear that, guys? Izzy is going to beat Joe Pyfer.
Israel Adesanya beats Joe Pyfer.
Gasville says no. Kiza says no. Yeah, I'm not betting that fight.
I'm actually surprised Kiza's picking Pyfer. That's surprising. I'm not gonna lie. That doesn't seem like a key. That's surprising.
My bad. Kiza said I'm an Izzy hater, but he's gonna chop Pyfer up.
Oh, okay. My bad. That seems like, I feel like, because Kiza's my dog, I'd be chopping it up with him. And I'm like, damn, that seems like, I feel like Izzy's has Kiza pick written all over it kind of deal.
Okay.
You know how sometimes you can read someone's betting style after a while?
Shit.
You're like,
yeah. I forgot. I just checked, bro, and we actually have PFL odds on fine. I never get PFL odds. So let's look at those. I know you wanted to look at those, right?
Yes, sir. I gotta check out in about 10 minutes, but I got 10 minutes
Same.
to buzz saw through these, so
All
it's
right, same,
perfect.
same. All right, let's do it. I'll bring the PFL up real quick, and you're on the clock.
Perfect. Let's get it.
Which one do you want?
I love Impa Kasanganai to upset your boy Dalton Rasta.
Hmm.
I think Dalton Rasta is a gas bag. Impa Kasanganai is really good at defending takedowns, cage wrestling. I think he has the striking advantage. He has the reach advantage. He has the cardio advantage. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I think. Remember when we bet Lorenzo De Roan at plus money versus Sabatello?
Yeah. Yes.
His ass is a minus 2,000 favorite now.
Hold
It
on.
literally just made me it made my jaw drop. This man is a minus 2,000 favorite now. That is such a joke.
Who's Jacob Thrall?
I have no fucking clue.
Julio Arce, an underdog. Is this Alexei Perengrad real good?
Oh my
Gandhi?
God. I actually think Julio Arce has better. I think it could come down to a grappling match. I think Julio Arce has the scrambling to keep it up on the feet. So, or to keep the scrambles going. But I found a dog that I love.
Brian Battle plus 300.
I think Brian Battle, that's a must play. It's a plus 360 for me.
I
Almost
think he
4 to
dog
1.
walks Evelyn.
I think it's a must play. On the feet, this fight's not close. So it comes down to ground versus feet battle. As long as Battle keeps it up, this fight's not close. He's going to chop him up. He's going to absolutely chop it up. So shout out Lyrical, my dog.
What do you make of Battle being the dog here?
Inoue's knocked out right in front of me. I wish I could take a photo. I think this fight's way closer than those odds entail, and Battle's a must play. A literal must play.
Like everything about Battle, where he's like how he's been moving in and out of the UFC, the buzz he has when he walks into a room,
great on kicks, great strong shots.
All the shit that happens outside, have we seen Eblin at his best? You know what I mean?
Dude, there's one dog that I want to talk about though, real quick.
Go on.
Jacob Kazuba versus Nathaniel Schultz. Nathan Schultz's time is over. Kazuba's time is now. Kazuba's going to starch Schultz, guys. He's going to...
Hold up. Kazuba's a New York kid who fought in the UFC, right? Is this the bazooka or no?
No, I don't think so. Did he fight in the UFC?
I'm thinking of the kid they call the bazooka who trains out with Aljo's camp.
Bazooka. No, that's Dennis. That's Dennis. Dennis Bazooka. Dennis Bazooka. Or Dennis
Bazookian?
Yes.
Or something like that.
Dajuka. But I know exactly what you're talking. His name's Dennis.
Okay.
His first name's Dennis.
That's not this dude?
No. This is some fucking explosive. I think he's Polish, 15-0. Strong hips, wrestling, mean, stout motherfucker from Poland, bro. He's gonna fucking kill Nathan Schultz, and he's plus money. Let's go.
Okay, that's your
Let's
move.
go. God, I just found my favorite MMA bet of the weekend, bro.
Are you gonna parlay that with Impa or no?
Fuck no, that's a straight bet all day. But actually, that's actually a really good PFL parlay. Not actually a great PFL parlay. Actually, the dogs will be barking. Where's the meme at? Where's the meme at, my man? Where's the meme at?
Grab the hat. Grab the hat. Grab the meme. All right, big dog, man. You it's a couple minutes. I want to. How about the box?
Honestly, at plus 430, I really do actually like that Impa and Kazuba. That's a damn good parlay. That's a damn good parlay.
The Impa Kazuba double. Get after it, boys. Plus what?
Plus 420. Plus 430 on my book. But
and before we let you go, man, Fundora or Thurman?
If you're picking Thurman,
seriously, bro.
I genuinely don't understand the angle on Thurman anywhere. I don't see a world. I'm talking
ever. I'm talking bro, I wasn't impressed with it. 10 years ago, his best wins were close decisions against DSG and Sean, and they could have went the other way. Some people said Sean won, some people said DSG won.
Y'all better not even dare bring up a Brock Jarvis in my fucking mentions
Oh,
either, bro. We're not even talking about
126.
Brock Jarvis, bro.
126. 126-pound Brock Jarvis, who
I
had
think
Keith hurt.
I know a lot of people think I know Keith. You know, I think he's gonna be the first one to stop him.
Yeah.
I
I think it's gonna be one-way traffic too.
I
I,
think
I
here's for anyone betting Keith, I want you guys to think about this really quickly here. I really want you guys to think about this. On what planes, and what do I mean by what planes of this fight does what levels, what dictation, what part of the ring does Keith win this fight? Is he going to win it at long range? No. Is he
he
going to win
doesn't
it?
throw a jab. He doesn't have a jab.
Is he going to win it in the pocket? No. His best chance is going to be the mid-range fight. And at the mid-range, I think he's going to get thumped up, especially someone where Fashion Vendora, where he's not taking as many photos in the pocket. He's not taking as many photos off of his airtime, of his own punches. And the one thing is, man, is he builds over the rounds. There's going to be, you guys are going to see it. I'm telling you, there's going to be a moment in this fight, whether it's round 2, 3, 4, or 5, in between 2 or 5, that Fundora, something's going to click and he is going to switch on like a fucking Terminator. And he is going to walk Thurman down, or he's going to force Thurman to hold his feet, because at 37 years old, Thurman's feet will hold. And he is going to buzzsaw through him. Guys, you can add Fundora to any fucking parlay you want. It is value. Fundora should be a minus fucking 900. What are we doing here? Fundora is going to more than cover that price. I don't understand the angle on Thurman whatsoever. And guess what, y'all? Y'all can clip this and come back and shit on me if Thurman wins, because it's not happening.
And on that note, Nick, I appreciate you, brother.
Love, peace, and chicken grease, Brody. See you next time.
I love it. See ya.
Later.
Mic drop. All right, guys. Hopefully you like that. I've been busy, man. I've been bringing you guys content. If you missed my live stream earlier today with Gary from 3D Boxing, go check that out. That was Nick, Breaking Bad Boxing. Go give him a follow. Tomorrow, I'm bringing former world champion, Hall of Famer, Paulie Malignaggi back on the show. He's going to be joined by my boy, Tommy Rainone, and we're going to be breaking down the Seb Fundora, Keith Thurman card. I'll stay on for a few minutes. I see PJ's in the house. Boss Christo's in the house. My boy, dude, Mervin. Mervin's a JSB insider now. Hey, Johnny, I messaged you in the Discord. Can you check my parlay in the MMA section? Let's see it, big dog. I'll do it real quick. Mervin, you message me in the MMA Discord? There you go, Mervin. Can you check my parlay? Okay, so Liam Davies, I like. He's still there? Yep. I like Davies. I like Giron. I like Acosta. I like Shaq. Yeah, bro. We're riding and dying together, baby. So, if that's the one thing you'll know about when you get my picks, is that I got action on all these on these exact fighters as well. You think this will hit? Yes. And if you're a new JSB insider, go to YouTube on my channel and go to members post section, and you can see all my plays. I just posted our prop of the week. There's 7 tickets up right now. Prop of the week is up there. My underdog of the week in boxing, that's 2. My 50-50 parlay, that's 3. The UK money line double, that's 4. My UFC dog of the week, that's 5. The mixed long parlay, that's 6. And the knockout double prop, that's 7. You guys got 7 tickets, all right? Let's get this money.